Oh, look at the beast. Ooh. First ride, let's go boys. First run on the beast. Pedals really well. God, I can't believe how good it feels. Oh, nice and wet. Not that much talking so far. I'm at least speechless about this bike. Love it. Second trail in. Goes feeble. Okay, let's see if I hit the bottom bracket. Yeah, you didn't. It's very stable. Okay, so this clip is mainly to talk about climbing, and in all honesty, it's so much better than what I thought it was going to be. I haven't locked it out yet, and in all honesty, I don't really feel tempted to. I might do now though, just to see what it's like. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. Fine, how hard actually is the rear end now? Oh, okay, that's hard. Jeez, it's turned it into a blooming hardtail. That's awesome, that is. And I thought I'd notice the steep seat angle more on flatter stuff like this, but nah, feels beautiful. Really nice. God, I love this bike. Okay, on to the next clip. This one is very rooty and it is quite... As I was saying, this one's very rooty. And it's a little bit slick today. So far the traction is amazing. Well, I guess that's it. Okay, so we haven't done this trail in probably a year, so oh, that's not bad anymore. I remember really liking this trail. Still sketchy mind, but you know, it's all good. Bit of worry is never a bad thing. Oh yeah.
Hi.
Nope. Alright, I'm doing this one solo now, so I can't go flat out. So, moving on to a trail that I've filmed quite a lot in the past. God, this bike feels amazing. Oh my god, I went so slow down there. This is the best bike I've ever ridden. God, I love it. Alright lads, that brings us to the end of New Bike Day first ride. I'm so amazed by this. It's so amazing. It's the best bike I've ever ridden, genuinely. I love this thing to pieces. The grip is unexplainable. And also, listen to this hub. Nice, eh? I'll cut you back now to me giving a first impressions of this properly, because can't really talk now. Okay, see you back there. Alrighty, so what are my first impressions of the bike? So I'm not gonna say how stable it is or how it just floats over everything, because quite literally it's a long travel big 29er, and if it didn't do that, something would be going pretty damn wrong. I'm mainly going to focus on the performance of all the products that are on it and how, in my opinion, it's the best bike I've ever ridden. Okay, so first thing that I noticed when I hopped on the bike was just how smooth this suspension was. It just felt so supple off the top, it was incredible. Second thing I noticed was just how crisp the shifting was. It's hard to describe until you actually jump on a bike and just shift, and it's so crisp and precise, it's incredible. And I thought I'd hit my pedals more. However, the low BB really helps it through the corners and through rough stuff, and it makes it feel so smooth, like a monster truck. Third thing was the Magura MT5 brakes. It makes it really nice because it's not rough, and the power is there, but it comes on in a nice smooth way. So it's not a do you want brake or do you not want brake, it's a how much brake do you actually want. It's a really good. Okay, so moving on to some pros and cons of this bike in my opinion. The best things about this bike is the suspension and the drivetrain and the geometry. It makes it feel like you're so secure and you're so in the bike that you're just invincible and you can go against anything. It's just a machine. That's the best way I can describe it. And I can't say enough great things about this bike. So there are actually only 2 cons, in my opinion, about the whole bike. And one of them is a very personal preference thing, in my opinion. Obviously, it's a big 29er, 160mm of travel, and it's not going to climb like an XC bike. It just isn't. However, it genuinely surprised me with how well it pedalled. The steep seat angle makes it so you're just in the perfect position going up steep climbs, and it's such an amazing design in my opinion. And the pedalling platform is really good. I only used the lockout on the shock going up fire roads, and other than that it's just, I don't touch it because it's amazing. And the little bit that you do lose on pedalling efficiency, I feel like it makes up for in grip, because you can just be cranking going up something and your back tyre feels like it's glued to the floor. Second con, which is a bit unfair in my opinion, and that's to do with the mid-stroke. So when you go into something and you push really hard into a compression, you just feel like it sinks in and it stays there. And I feel like that could be high speed compression, or it could just be the mid-stroke not having the support that I personally like. That's it. That's literally the only two things that I can't speak highly enough about this bike. It's so amazing. Okay, so who do I think this bike is for? I think this bike is for anyone who, one, wants something that can literally be chucked off a mountain and you can pick it up and ride it off again because it feels so strong and stiff. Secondly, anyone who wants to race, this bike wants to go, and it feels like it gets away from you and it wants you to push harder, and you're like reining it in like, no, I don't want to go Mach 10. And I feel like you can't ride this bike, like you can't let it ride you. You gotta put yourself in it and you gotta move it around and put some effort into it, because it can proper get away from you if you just lean back and let it go, because it'll go over anything. So on to sizing. I am 6'1" and a bit with really long arms, and the P3, which is equivalent to a size large, fits me perfectly. I don't think I could have gone for a size 2, or a P2, which is a medium, or a P4, which is the XL. And I think if you're sub 6 foot, I'd go for the P2 personally, because I feel like this is just on the limit of being too big to throw around for me. However, if you like a big bike, the standover height is so low that you could go on a P4 and I'm sure you'd be fine. But I think if you're very strong and you're sub 6 foot, you could probably, and you like a big bike, you could probably chuck around the P3 no problem. But this fits me like a glove. So that has been my unboxing, first ride and first impressions of the Privateer 161. I can't speak highly enough about this bike. I absolutely adore it, and I feel very fortunate to have it, and it doesn't feel mine, put it that way, and it's amazing. Anyway, enough chatting, go ride your bikes. See you later, lads.